You're listening to episode number 13. Today we have with us a fellow mompreneur of many talents and passions. She'll be sharing with us her journey of going from full-time elementary school teacher to holistic health coach and Young Living Gold leader.
Sarah Stutzman and her husband are the founders of Well Folk Revival, offering classes for anyone who's interested in health, wellness, and homesteading. Whether you want to make your own kombucha or you have a desire to live a more toxic-free life, Sarah can teach you how, and we are so excited to have her here with us today.
Welcome to The Thrive, a podcast for working moms. This is for all the women and moms listening. If you work from home, in an office, run your own business, or are the CEO of your family, this podcast is for you. Because at the end of the day, all moms are working moms. Rachel and Christine invite you to celebrate the victories, get advice, listen to their mom fails, and to know you aren't alone, to thrive in your everyday life.
Welcome, everybody. This is Rachel.
And Christine.
We are so excited to have another guest with us this week. Hi, Sarah, and thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming. Episode 13.
Lucky 13, I guess.
It's going to be very lucky.
Totally.
So Sarah is a holistic health coach. Is that right?
Yes.
And she's also a Young Living Gold leader, which is really cool because, I mean, we know Christine and I are
We're learning.
beginner. Yeah, we're like beginner starter kit level.
I don't know what you would classify that as. I don't know what gemstone we would be, but eager to learn.
Yeah, amazing customers. And
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. So I can't wait to hear more from you today about just what it is that you do. And I know you're so passionate about the workshops that you host, and I know women's health is a big one, like hormonal health and things like that. So I have a million questions.
Yeah, we could be here for a while.
We could. But how was your week? I feel like this week has flown by. Last week we recorded with Brianne, and I literally feel like I was sitting in this chair like yesterday.
I just feel like that. I feel like, what's the saying? The days are, long and the years are short. Is that what the saying is?
The days are long and the years are short. Yes.
I felt like that lately because I feel like the day is long, but when I think about last week, it feels like that was just moments ago because I'm so busy during the day. But yeah, school's finishing up. Summer is coming.
Yeah, last day for you, right?
So great. Yeah. A lot of emotions I'm feeling this week. I was feeling a lot of emotions last week. So I feel like I just need a little bit of a respite, but that'll come soon enough. So
yes, you're leaving on vacation. So
yes.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel for you.
There is. And it's good. Yeah, I like being busy too. I like having things to work on and focus my time. But then I also like evenings like this where I feel like this is a little break. And so, yeah, it's a great timing for it.
What about you? I know you have kids.
Yes.
But I wasn't sure of their ages. Like, do you have kids that are excited to be on summer break now, or are your kids not in school yet?
Yes. No, we have 3 girls, and Grace is 9, Hannah is 6, and Sawyer is 4. So they're kind of, Grace is still in school. Hannah goes to a private school, so she's done with school.
Okay.
So my mind and juggling all their schedules is just crazy. So Sawyer's always home with me. And
I love that name.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of boys have that name.
Yeah.
She's a little girl, and I'm like,
Sawyer
is a girl.
You had 3 girls.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really
so
special.
funny.
So,
I just wasn't even thinking. I actually know twin boys, Sawyer and Silas.
Oh, okay.
So in my head right away.
Yeah. Well, there weren't many Sawyers when we named her, and we didn't know what we were going to have. So we thought we were going to have a boy. Just today, I was carrying the last one, and she was a girl, and we're like, oh, well, she'll make a cute cowgirl. And
I actually really
Sawyer.
like that.
Okay.
Both of my kids have like gender neutral names. Okay. So
Yeah. What's your middle name?
May.
Sawyer May. Oh,
Sawyer May.
Oh, that's pretty.
that's amazing.
Thanks.
So I'm sure you can, resonate with having a busy schedule. I can't imagine having to take care of the schedules of my children as well as my own.
But 2 different school schedules has got to be a lot.
Yeah.
Is your middle child in school or like preschool?
She was in kindergarten.
Okay.
So we send them to private school for pre-K and kindergarten, and then to public school.
Okay.
I just like the schedule better.
Yeah.
They're home with me a little bit more, and then they go to school full day. So,
That's nice. You figured out something that works for your family.
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely.
So they're excited school is over?
Yes, and we're actually leaving on vacation. My husband and I are going out to Utah next week for business.
Nice.
Yes, for Young Living Convention.
I was going to say, you said Utah, and I know that there are Young Living things out there.
Yes. So we're leaving on Tuesday, and I thought, school's only done on the 13th, so I'm pulling Grace out a little earlier, and just to spend some time. We have a wedding this weekend, like a family wedding that they're in, so it's like, I seriously am trying to push the brake pedal, like, just stop, slow down. And I just keep telling everyone I'm just breathing deep and riding this wave because, it's busy.
Yeah. That's a good way to say it. Ride the wave.
And just enjoy the journey, Like we fill our days so full, but I really just want to take each moment and enjoy the day and the moment and not fill our schedule so full that we're just going, and we forget to just enjoy each moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so true. I love that. And
Therapy,
I like the wave. What is that? An analogy? Metaphor?
Yeah. Like you feel that, I don't know, you feel that the tide just pulling in, I guess. And then
Yeah. But I love a great visual like that because I feel like, sometimes things are rough. Sometimes it's like your life is crashing down on you, but then there's a calm. Yeah. There's a calm for a little bit and then it'll pick up again. So
absolutely.
Nice. Before we get into a little bit more with you, Sarah, about who you are and what you do, let's do a love it or a don't. Rachel, do you have...
I always like this part of the show.
Well, I feel like you have good opposing loves and don'ts. What's your love it or don't?
My love it is I really like the stage my kids are in right now. Like the 3-year-old age, there's a lot of things I love about it. I really love that my daughter is like getting more personality as far as like, I've noticed at 3, they seem to have a lot more opinions. And sometimes it's so cute. Like last night we were reading a bedtime story. She's really into, we have a lot of like the golden books. Mm-hmm. Some of them are mine from when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And she's really into Sleeping Beauty right now. And she said to me when we were reading it, and I got to like the second to last page where the prince is like slaying Maleficent the dragon. She goes, "Oh, this is the best part." And I was like, oh my gosh, that was just so sweet. And then at the end where, and they lived happily ever after, she goes, "Mommy, that's my favorite." And it's so sweet that like at this stage, like they just have that. Like, at 2, at 1, obviously they're just not there yet. So I feel like there's a lot of sweet things happening. But on the flip side,
always a flip side.
On the flip side, I feel like with opinions, there comes a lot of attitude. And also, my child likes to climb.
She does like to climb. I feel like every other post you do is some kind of excursion, acrobatics.
Yeah, she's really into climbing. And so she's been working so hard on the monkey bars. Because she does the bars at gymnastics and just like the parallel, or I guess the girls do the uneven. Mm-hmm. So she's not like flying from one to the next yet. They are just on one bar and learning how to, pull their feet up to the bar and touch their toes and things like that. And so she's been trying to do the monkey bars on our swing set. And I'm very proud of her that she's so motivated. And every time that she can't make it the whole way across, she's like, "I'm going to try it again." And she's so like, I don't know where she gets some of the lines she says. Like, she climbed up to the top the other day and was like, "Here I come, boy." And I was like,
I'm sure she's quite a thinker. I feel like she's really perceptive. So she hears this, even if it's just once from somebody, she just absorbs it all.
Yes, she takes in a lot of things she hears from, like, movies and things. So at this age, I've been really cracking down on, like, what I allow her to see on TV. Or, like, if I have...
That's important.
If I have Housewives on or something, it's usually not what I want her to see. So she just... Yeah, this age is funny. So on the flip side, my don't was that I don't like the attitude. And I don't like the fact that she's good at the monkey bars. And so now I have to, like, look out the back window, and I'm like, is she going to make it the whole way across this time, or is she going to fall and die? Right. Because she is just a little daredevil, so...
You need to have those pads that they would have at gymnastics in your whole backyard.
Yeah, like, instead of mulch, could we just put down some, like, padding?
Oh, my goodness.
What's yours? Do you have a love it or don't?
Well, I have a don't that just happened yesterday, driving in a hailstorm.
Oh.
And I feel like whatever storm happened around where I live was not happening in the rest of Lancaster County. But I was going out to a meeting and I saw the storm coming. I'm like, oh, it's far off. I get in my car and 30 seconds later, I am in the eye of the storm. There's hail and I can barely see and the rain is coming sideways. And it was very treacherous. And then even on 283, the trucks are coming, and when they drive through a puddle, it just like splashes all over you. So
That's
even
scary.
if you're going slow, it comes at you.
I'd be getting my Valor out and just like huffing it.
Right. Get my oils. While it's 10 and 2. Get my oils out. So I just go slow.
Stress away.
Yes. I need that going in the car. Do they make air fresheners? Young Living air fresheners?
You should get into
they
that.
have little diffusers for the car.
Oh, man, I need that. I was like, if not, then I just had a really good idea that I shared with everybody. Young Living air fresheners. But yeah, I don't always love driving in storms that bad. I wouldn't ever not go somewhere because of it, but it is not my favorite if I'm driving. I was glad that Nora wasn't in the car because I feel like I would have been more nervous if she was in the car, even though I know I could be safe, but not a fan.
I feel you there. Sometimes I don't hesitate to just like put my four-ways on.
Yes.
If it's really bad, because usually it's only for a short period of time.
That's true.
I've been in storms where I've just put my flashers on or even just pulled over and been like, I'm not in a hurry. I'm going to wait it out.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could say then my love, I'll be poetic, is the rainbow that comes after the storm. Because I saw some pretty awesome pictures that people posted right after that storm.
Yeah.
Even of a really good double rainbow. So I
that's
always
cool.
look for it because there's probably going to be a rainbow somewhere. So that's the love when it's over.
I had a cute 3-year-old moment on the rainbow note. The other day, it's been raining a lot lately. So it wasn't last night, but it might have been like the day before or couple days ago when it had rained, also in the evening time. Reagan said as we were sitting at the dinner table, I wonder if there's going to be a rainbow. And I was like so amazed. I was like, oh my gosh, she remembers, because a couple weeks ago I made a big deal of it. There was one right in our backyard. So I was like, let's go take a picture, and she must have remembered.
She's so bright.
She's a smarty pants. We love her.
Yeah.
What about you, Sarah? Do you have a love it or don't?
Oh, goodness. I was thinking as you guys were sharing. Mine is not as cool as yours. But this very moment, I love running outside, especially this time of year. I love running. And I love the road that we live on because it's like back roads, and I don't run for fitness. I run more to clear my mind as a mom and just to separate things. So I love to be able to go out and run and not think about things. Well, there's this family up the road that has dogs, this new family, that they run out at me. And so I don't like that. I love running, but I don't love the dogs that run out at me. So I always carry my mace, and then my husband's like, well, you just need to carry treats. And I'm like, no, because then they'll follow me.
No, I'm trying to get them away.
And then the owner comes out. It's just another farm, and they're awesome people. And she's like, oh, they're fine. But it's like a boxer and this little yippy dog that'll like nip at your ankles. So I had to find another route. So I'm learning to love that route. So
I love that the owner said, no, they're fine. You're like, no, but I'm
they're
not.
like, no, barking at me and chasing me.
Yeah,
down the
that
road.
would intimidate me. Like, I'm a dog person, but like friendly dogs, like I wouldn't want to get chased.
No.
Yeah. And I can imagine that was a little bit of not knocking the wind out of your sails to have to find a new route, because I know runners like the route they take for certain reasons. So because of these dogs.
And it's just like I like to go to clear my mind and not have to think about anything. And so when I'm getting anxious, thinking about coming up to that house. So I don't love dogs that run out at me.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a really good love it or no. I like that.
That's cool too that you're into running, because I know that for a very short period of my life, I tried getting into running, and I just could never make it like a habit. So good for you for figuring out a way to make it stick.
It's more like run walk.
Okay.
That's my thing.
I just can't full out run. I am not a marathon runner at all. 2 miles and I'm good.
Yeah, well, that's
my goal.
Impressive to me.
Yeah, we'll get there someday.
So tell us a little bit more about what you do and your business.
Sure. So I am a holistic health coach, and I went back to school to become a certified holistic health coach just because I loved nutrition and I loved health. And my husband and I, we started, out on a homestead. We started raising our own food, and because we were, I don't know, how would I say this? We were just conscious of what we were putting in our body. My husband grew up on an organic farm. His grandfather was an organic farmer, so he helped out, on the farm as a young boy. And so when we got married, we had a garden, we started raising chickens and a beef cow and pigs, all on kind of different properties that we could find place to raise these animals. And I was a teacher at the time. And then when my second child was born, I stayed home. And so it's a long story, but I'm trying to make it, short, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was going to ask, is he from the area?
Yeah, he's from Lancaster County.
Okay.
And did you have a background in farming, raising animals? Okay. Because that's a lot to get into. I mean, your husband obviously had knowledge of that, but good for you taking that on.
Yeah, I mean, I always had a garden growing up, and I was always we grew up in a development, but I was always into like health food stores and raising food and doing that kind of stuff. I don't know where it came from. Like, because I don't know. I wasn't raised that way. So when we got married and we just started, I don't know, doing this, we watched Food Inc.
Okay.
Do you know that movie, Food Inc.?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Okay.
I was going to say, though, I feel like there's a lot of people who are, into nutrition and health now compared to, just look at the careers available to people like that now compared to 15 or 20 years ago. I think part of it's because there's just so much more information about it now. Because, I mean, growing up, like, my parents just didn't even think twice. Like, we ate, Doritos and Hawaiian Punch. And it was just that generation.
It sounds like my childhood.
The 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, we didn't know. Like those like the juice things. Do you remember the ones with like the twist off top?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, beef ravioli in a can and SpaghettiOs.
Yes.
Yeah, we were raised on that. And my mom's always like, if I would have known better, but so now she knows and she's doing better for our children and, but so we watched the movie and I know it sounds so like generic, like we watched a movie and we changed our life, but it was something that was just kind of instilled in us and it's something that we craved. And when we started doing this and we sat down I think it was like that first fall after we were married and we, had a bunch of stuff that we harvested and we sat down to the dinner table and we're like, wow, we raised this and we raised that and that's ours. And it became like this addiction kind of like, we're like, what else can we raise to make ourselves? And so, some things we did and some things we let go. And it's just a balance because when you're trying to do all the things, you're not going to be good at anything. And the same with business too. If you try to do all the things, you're not going to be good at anything really. You have to just focus on one area. So we're just trying to focus on one area, which which one would that be? I don't know. Just scale down just because our time is really valuable with our kids right now too. And with the business that we're running, and I say we because my husband's a huge part of it. And
and the business is Well Folk Revival.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the umbrella for the different things you do within that business.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Mara Clements, and I want to personally invite you to join Rachel, Christine, and me for an evening of learning and networking at the Marketing Made Simple event happening June 21st at Copper Cup in Lancaster. Rachel will be sharing tips to make social media easier for your business, and I'll be talking about how to create a stress-free workspace. We'll have a barista on hand to make your favorite drinks, and our goal is to help you connect with other local mompreneurs while learning simple ways to grow your business. To sign up, visit rachelkleincreative.com/workshops. We'll see you there.
And can I ask, how did you go from those beginning months and years of being interested in growing your own food and really being passionate about making healthy choices to then transition to, this is going to become a business. This is going to be something that I'm able to help other people with or pour into people?
Yes, thank you for getting me back on track because I'm like squirrel. So
totally fine.
Yeah,
what were you on the Enneagram?
I'm a 6 with a wing 3, I think. I haven't studied it too much in depth, but 6.
I always ask just because we joke that the 7s in our group are the squirrels.
Oh, okay. Maybe I've changed. I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes you change, but So yes, I was a teacher, and then when our second child was born, my husband and I decided that I would stay home. It's always something I always wanted to do was just stay home. I loved being a teacher because I could have the summers off with my kids, but I just knew deep down in my heart I wanted to be home with my children. And we knew we wanted to have more. So I always say I'm still an educator. I'm still using my degree, but I'm teaching people, in a different way. I'm teaching them now how to live a healthy lifestyle that they want and desire. And I feel like God gives us those desires in our heart. He plants those things in us. And we just have to find that path of how we're going to get there. So I loved teaching, but now I love what I do. I always felt like I had an entrepreneurial mindset. I mean, I have family that's in business. Brooke has family that's in business. So it's just meant to be, you know. I had a can crushing business at the age of 6, I think.
That's awesome.
In the garage, I was always like crushing cans. And
this entrepreneur who loved gardening. You just like, we're already on your own path.
So I found Young Living. A friend of mine had shared Young Living with me because she knew I loved oils already and I loved gardening and just this natural way of living. And she wasn't even doing the business or anything, but she just knew I would love it. So she shared it with me. And this friend of mine, she hooked my husband and I up. She found our house and then she introduced me to Young Living. So I was like, I think, you're my earthly angel. That's what I call her, my earthly angel.
That was going to be my other question, not to interrupt, but I was going to ask, when you first started the garden and everything, did you just have the space to do this, or have you moved? And I feel like you're getting to that.
Yes, we did. We rented.
I'm so interested.
Oh my goodness. It's crazy.
So how do you create all of this?
We rented, actually, my husband, Brooke, his grandfather had, like I said, an organic farm. And when he had passed away, no one in the family wanted it. So it was auctioned off to a family friend that purchased it. And it's a local place in Ephrata. And so the house came for rent, I guess, when we were, engaged. And so we rented his grandfather's house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that worked out.
And property. So we had the run of the place. So we could plant a garden. We could have chickens. We could have that. So it was kind of like our starting point. And then when we were there 5 years. And then when we kind of felt like we needed some more space to grow, we were planting fruit trees and stuff. That's when we started looking for a house. And we found the house that we're at now. So it's just a little farmette, 3.5 acres, and it gives us enough space to homestead and grow our own food. I always thought I wanted to grow food for people and have like a little roadside stand, but I realized I couldn't do that with the space that we were given. So it was like, okay, I know how to teach. Let's teach people, right? So that's, and like I said, just being a teacher. Once a teacher, always a teacher.
I feel like that's so true.
Yeah.
If you give a man a fish, right? But you're teaching them how to do that.
Now, we still feel like we still have a desire to micro farm and do maybe some microgreens in the future.
What are microgreens?
So like lettuce and...
No, I'm nodding. I'm nodding like I know what you're talking about.
Not familiar terms for me.
I'm like, is this
This is my husband's baby, so maybe I shouldn't even talk about this. Like, because I said, we are in business together. We do this together. And we have date nights, and we we try to every week, where we come together and we just kind of hash out the next week and where we're going and our visions and our goals.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and when we miss it, if we miss like 2 weeks, which we have recently, it's like we're so off balance and we don't know where we're going. We lose that vision and then we just start floundering pretty much. But yeah, so microgreens are pretty much like those fast-growing crops. Lettuce, radishes.
So they're regular size.
They're regular size. Yeah, they're regular size, but they grow fast, and you can grow them in a smaller acreage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So.
And I just love that you do that every week, because I feel like some people, if they have that as a goal to come together, even if people are not in business together, but maybe they're like, once a month we'll sit down and refocus, or someone in their own business, maybe I'll do that every quarter, but you do that every week. That just sounds clutch to me.
Yes. Well, let's just be real here. Our kids are in,
most of the time.
Our kids are in Awana clubs at church.
Oh, okay.
And so this past year, they were all in Awana club. So it was a Wednesday night, and we're like, wow. So we felt guilty not helping, but at the same time, we knew that we needed that for our marriage.
Yes.
And to move forward and to grow. So we took that Wednesday night, and that was our date night, and we did not miss. At the very beginning, we kind of, I would schedule a class and then we'd miss, and then it was some friction between us. And we're like, no, this is a non-negotiable in our marriage, that every Wednesday night we have date night. So now that Juana's is over, I just scheduled a babysitter for,
Good for you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Rachel and I talk a lot about like having date nights and trying to set aside time with our spouses and our family. And so that's nice to hear that you were able to do that, even with the busyness of having 3 kids.
Yeah. So when you mentioned like having a class or something, what are Like, what's an example of the types of classes that you teach? Or are you talking about like one-on-one coaching? Tell us a little bit about those sides of your business.
Okay. So I went back to school to become a holistic health coach to be certified. So anyone can really be a health coach through, different businesses that are out there. Mm-hmm. But I felt like I just wanted to be certified and know more to help people. So under the umbrella of Well Folk Revival is holistic health coaching groups. So I have a group going right now. There's 3 ladies in the group. We meet every other Tuesday and we come together. The first part of the sessions together, it's like a 6-month program. We meet every other week. And the first part is going over our primary food and those things like emotions, lack of sleep, finances, relationships, all those things that drive us to want to make unhealthy choices in our life. We get real with those first. And then the second half is more food. So right now we're learning, like last night was, we made kefir and yogurt. So I showed them how to do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we're just learning more hands-on things and how to make real food.
I'm just really cool. So wide-eyed right now at this. This is amazing.
Yeah, what is okay? No, this is great. I would like to know, because I actually have a friend that recently made a batch of yogurt, and I was like, I need to get that. She had said something on Facebook.
I didn't even know you could make yogurt.
I know because I know a few of the girls from Mom's group that a couple of them grew up Amish, so I don't know if it's something they've just grown up doing. But my friend Anne she's such a great cook, a great baker, and she posted about having a batch of yogurt, and I was like, I want that. Yeah. So I still have to get that from her. Yeah. But what is kefir?
So kefir is fermented milk. So it's pretty much like yogurt on steroids. Oh. You can buy kefir in the store.
All I'm thinking of is from Teen Mom, Janelle's old boyfriend.
I know.
Kefir. I just have to say that.
Well, some people say kefir. I have a friend that says kefir, and I love how she says that, but I'm like, I've never heard it like that, so I don't know. What do you call it? Kefir?
You can say whatever you want.
We don't know any better, so you can tell us whatever you want.
It's just like these little, you've heard of kombucha. Yes. Right? Okay. So it's pretty much the same thing. You have, in kefir, they're called grains. It looks like cottage cheese, pretty much, and they grow because they feed on the milk, and so they grow. And so you put them in with some fresh milk and you let it sit on the counter for a day or 2. Sometimes I forget about it and I start to smell something on my counter. I'm like, what is that? And then I realize. But anyway, there's science experiments all over our counters with fermenting food. But and then you just take the grains off. You strain them through a strainer and then you take the kefir and you can mix it with mangoes or strawberries or put it in a smoothie. And it's really good for digestive health. So lots of probiotics.
Does it taste good? Does it taste kind of like a cottage cheese?
Well, no, because the grain, it looks like cottage cheese. But when you strain it, it looks like yogurt.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. And it's really tangy. So that's why I add fruit to it or, put it in a smoothie.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it seems like when you're meeting with these women for your classes, it's, like you said, holistic. So not only are you teaching them like healthy practices for food, but also taking care of themselves emotionally and self-care. I feel like we all need this.
Absolutely. Because if you come to me and you say, I want to lose weight, I want to get healthier. Well, anyone can lose weight. Anyone can get healthier. But if you don't get to the root issue of what is leading you to make those unhealthy choices in your life, you're always going to go back. So right now I'm doing a cleanse, a 5-day cleanse. And just because I knew I needed to do a restart, but it's helping me realize, because I can't eat like real food. It's like a shake and then a supplement.
Okay.
And so it's helping me, it just gives your digestive tract like a break. But it's helping me realize where I would emotionally eat, like when my kids are getting at me and they're fighting and I would just reach for something that is crunchy and satisfying, right?
Yeah.
Or when I'm cooking or I just pop food in my mouth, So it's that mindlessness of, eating. Yeah.
That's so funny. I feel like a lot of times eating is mindless, but then there's days that like, I have days with the ages of my kids that I sit down in the evening and I'm like, I don't remember if I ate today. Yes. I'm in that stage of like, as soon as I lay them down for naps, I'm like, what can I heat up really quick that I can eat before one of them needs me again?
That they don't hear me heating it up, right? Like, what are you eating, Mom?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Even my 1-year-old, when she hears the microwave beep, she goes, hot? hot? Like, she knows.
She's trained. You're like, just let me live. Let me just have a little bit of time to myself.
Yeah, so some weeks, like, they nap really well, and it's totally fine. And for some reason, like yesterday, they didn't want to take great naps, and I was like, please, just give me 20 minutes so I can warm up some mac and cheese. Not a healthy decision, but it was pretty much all I ate today. So
yeah, you got to feed yourself, right?
Yes.
So do you had mentioned Young Living. Do you incorporate that into your classes? Is that another...
Yes.
Yeah. Bridge under your umbrella? I was trying to use your analogy, Rachel.
Yeah. So then my folk school is hands-on, like kombucha, sauerkraut. And then I also throw in their wellness classes. I kind of call them, I'm still learning what to call them. I don't know if I want to keep them, together, like folk school and oil classes. Because I feel like it all goes hand in hand, this whole lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think maybe revive, like wellness classes, like revive wellness classes.
Yeah.
Where I'm not just teaching oils, but I'm teaching body systems.
Oh, that's so cool.
And specifically hormones. I feel like I've branched out into women's health and hormone health because that's what a lot of women are coming to me for. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is a sign.
Yeah.
You're like adapting to what you see the need is.
Yeah. And just niching out instead of trying to teach everything, teaching what women need.
Yeah. And I feel like if that's something you're good at, like you were saying, focus on that. I would love to know just because I don't know. I feel like I have questions about this. Like, what advice would you have just for staying healthy? Or I know that I've seen some of your Instagram posts about like things that your body might be doing that are warning signs or things like that.
Yeah, our body gives us check engine signals, and so many times we just kind of quiet them because we don't have time, or we're scared to find out what it is, or we just don't feel like going to the doctor to find out. So those check engine signals are usually a sign saying, whoa, something is wrong. And it's not a medicine that's going to fix it. Hopefully we all know that that's usually like a, just a temporary fix. It's lifestyle changes that have to happen. So that's kind of where this whole, the wellness classes come in, the coaching groups, which I call greenhouse coaching groups.
That's cool. I love that. So as far as the women you coach with like the hormonal health and things, are these people coming to you saying, I want to lose weight, and then you're discovering that there could be an underlying hormone thing? Or is this like, I don't know, this is intriguing to me.
I guess it's all different. So the coaching really is people that want to change, have a lifestyle change, because that's long-term when we coach together. Women that come to my wellness classes are ones that just want to know more. Like they have heard me say something on Instagram that, sparks, an interest, and like, yes, this is happening to me. I need to go find out more. And they want to know root causes of what's happening in their body and then ways to fix it. So when I teach oils, it's not really, I'm teaching why you need the oils, because I tell people all the time, like, oils are not the end all be all. They're amazing. And I use them for every area of my life. I mean, my husband uses them, my kids use them, but you can't just use an oil and expect to be miraculously better. It's just like sunlight and water and exercise and good food. It's a layer of a lifestyle, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Wow. Now, I know you mentioned your 3 girls, and I'm just curious, as being an entrepreneur, and they, I'm sure, see you living this lifestyle and helping people, what is something about how you are running your business, or you and your husband are doing it, that you would hope your girls see as something they would want to model after?
Yeah. My husband and I talk about this a lot because I, went to college, not really using my degree the way that I kind of am, but not, in public school or even in private school. But I would want them to be able to just pursue their dreams. And as long as they're educating themselves and using that education to make a career, whatever they choose to do, I would be ecstatic. I don't want them to fit in a box. I don't want them to do what everyone else is doing and what we have been programmed to think that we need to do, or what society is telling us we have to do, like go to college, get out of college, get a good job. Like that's what I was programmed. Most of us were, right?
Yeah.
But my husband and I have found that we have had more professional development just in our Young Living business and going to trainings in Young Living and outside of Young Living, reading books, that we have more relationship skills now, more business skills now than what we got in college. So if my girls want to go, do whatever, I'm okay. Learn a trade, learn a skill, I'm okay with that.
Do you feel like you see hints of what they might be interested in already? I know your youngest is only 4, but...
Oh, yeah, totally.
Haven't you? I know I've seen you share videos before or like a post that one of your daughters like had the sniffles or something. So she like made herself like a DIY, like something with oils.
Her nose cream, I think.
Yeah.
It was her nose cream. Yes. My oldest child is like type A.
Okay.
Like, she's just your typical oldest child, like follows the rules, will do anything you ask her to do. So I'm not quite sure what I see her doing with that. I hope she just knows herself as she grows and can listen to herself. My middle child is an explorer, so she has things like under her bed. Like she was, as I was leaving the driveway today, she was tearing apart a bird nest and found an egg. And I said, you are not allowed to have that in your house, in your room, because she would have that in her room with the nest and everything.
She's like a little forager.
She's a little, like scientist, like explorers. And then, my youngest child, I always said she's either going to be an opera singer or a lawyer. So she will fight you to the bitter end, and she usually wins. And she has a set of lungs on her. Like, I don't know. So, I can, and it's fun to see what you can. I don't know. My husband and I go back and forth with homeschool. Do we homeschool them? A lot of people think we do, or we don't homeschool, because then you can kind of train them up in what, you think you see their giftings.
Right.
As. So, yeah.
That is neat, too, with your teaching background. I always feel like I would just be so lost. If I even tried to homeschool, I'd be like, well, where do we start? ABCs.
Even as a teacher myself, I feel like I would be just as overwhelmed to do it in my own home with my own child.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
Well, that's what's holding me back, because I need structure outside of my house. When I'm in my house, I'm like, ooh, laundry needs to be done. Ooh, toilet needs to be cleaned. All the things that need to be done. And then I'm just ping-ponging throughout the day. Yeah. And I feel like I would not do them justice if I homeschooled them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can definitely relate to that. Do you want to grow your business with social media and connect with other local mompreneurs and businesswomen?
If so, we invite you to join us for our first Marketing Made Simple workshop, June 21st at Copper Cup in Lancaster, presented by Christine Campbell Events.
If coming up with social media content feels overwhelming for you or your business, this workshop is designed for you. My goal is to help you create a full content calendar and a social media plan so that posting is easy and you have more time to focus on growing your business. I'll show you how to maximize your content so that you can drive more traffic to your website and increase your brand awareness.
Rachel will be joined by Mara Clemens of More Space Organizing, who will be sharing tips for making your home office more functional and creating a stress-free home. We'll also be facilitating a time of networking so you can meet other local moms. To sign up, visit rachelkleincreative.com/workshops. We hope to see you there.
So one of the other questions I had was, I must stalk you on Facebook, because this was another video that I remember seeing, or it might have been like a Facebook Live you had shared. I just find your stuff so interesting because you're very knowledgeable about it. You had shared something about makeup and how like there are makeup products that have like, what are they, like hormone disruptors or something? Can you talk about that? Because I was so like, oh my gosh, I need to get rid of my makeup. Like, and I know that I probably don't need to be that extreme, but I wanted to ask,
know this now.
Like one of the things I had jotted down before this was like, I want to know about the makeup. And then I wanted to ask you if you have like a list of things that like you just don't allow in your house as far as like products and things go.
Oh, I probably
Or
have
if
them
like
here.
you were going to tell somebody like me, like if I was going to get started with being healthier, what are like 5 things to get rid of? So that's like a 3-part question.
Okay, makeup. What
Can
things?
I take notes and write notes?
What do I need to get rid of in my cabinet?
There was an app called Think Dirty, but now that they have been bought out by a bigger company, and so they changed their rating. So the big companies buy out these companies because they don't want their products being in, the limelight, right? So is that the word? Yeah. So it's really sad. But EWG, Environmental Working Group.
Okay.
You can go on their website and you can plug in ingredients. You can plug in products that you have in your house, and it'll give you a rating as far as how toxic it is or how safe it is, like a 1 to 10 rating.
Okay.
But yeah, the makeup and pretty much a lot of our body care products, pretty much everything, has what's called xenoestrogens. And they are chemical synthetic estrogens. Well, they act like estrogens, and they bind to our estrogen receptor sites. And so women will be more estrogenic, and that's where you'll find just this hormone imbalance because we have all these synthetic estrogens coming at us, even men. So you'll find this in men too, because men are using lotions and, shaving cream and all the products as well. So yeah.
Is there a common ingredient that is found in?
It's pretty much in all like the stuff. Like parabens have been found in breast cancer tissue, but parabens are still allowed in products on the shelf. So yeah. Yes.
So how would I find products that don't have those on a site like that EWG? Would it tell me? Or?
So then you would just have to look up the ingredients.
Okay.
If the product's not on there, you would just have to look up the ingredients separately. That could be daunting.
Yeah.
So that's why I trust Young Living, because I know their products are safe. Or we make our own with the oils.
Okay.
So pretty much everything in our house is Young Living.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously everything. Or it's homemade with the oils.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a goal of mine for the summer, is to start small but try to do some kind of face cream or work on making more cleaning supplies. Just pick something and try and then use it.
So if you're going to start somewhere,
Yeah,
the
this is my
Thieves,
question.
Where do I start? Oh,
the Thieves Cleaner.
Yeah.
You have the Thieves Cleaner?
Yep.
Awesome. That is
Is it safe
amazing.
to spray it in your mouth?
Why would you spray it in
I
your
don't
mouth?
think...
Well, because I might have. The Thieves. Are you not allowed to ingest that?
The cleaner?
Well, it's just the... Oh.
Are you
Well,
talking
I don't know
about
if I can
the cleaner or
technically
like the
say
Thieves
yes
Vitality?
or no to that.
I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah.
okay, though.
Okay. You're okay. You're still here.
Anyway, continue. It's all good.
I mean, I spray it on my fruits and veggies.
Well, that's what I figured. It was...
Yeah.
I
but
thought
it's
you were
diluted.
going to say
It was so-
Nora
yeah,
got some in
okay.
her mouth.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Oh
it was
yeah,
diluted.
when the kids were little, and I have a bottle like in under every sink. Sawyer, as a baby, she would just suck on the spray bottle, and I was okay with it. So
Right. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah. Sorry, girls. I didn't just, drink the whole thing. Because I was just trying to show my husband that I love the idea that I'm cleaning with something that's safe for me, because I'm wiping up my daughter's high chair with it. And so I was like, look,
yes,
I can spray.
I get
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Okay, now that makes a little more sense.
Oh, it came full circle.
I should have asked her, how did it get in your
I
mouth?
was like,
Yes.
I think there's a Thieves mouthwash if you need that.
Yes. No, I wasn't trying to.
Okay. Yeah. So I would start with the Thieves Cleaner. You already have that because you can make many things with it.
Okay.
And my husband even washes the dog with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I need that.
Amazing. What would you recommend as a starting beauty product? Because I've done nothing with lotions or
Do you wear makeup?
any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you wear foundation?
Yep.
Okay. Then maybe the foundation, because that's going over most of your face, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have like a liquid, or is it just mineral?
It's powder. Yeah, it's mineral.
Okay, that's my only hang up is I like the way a liquid covers a little bit better.
And you can make it liquid. There's like a spray, the misting spray that makes it moist, and then it'll stick better. Yeah.
What kind of
something every
I know. I'm like, all right, let's keep making my list. What about like a face lotion? Do you make it with? My sister-in-law would do it with like coconut oil and all the other things that sound healthy.
So I used to make a face lotion.
Okay.
I don't anymore.
No.
I don't really. But when I did, I used coconut oil and frankincense and lavender. And that was it. Really, it was just simple.
Okay, I have those three things. I can do that.
Absolutely.
All right, I'll take notes when we're finished here and
Oh my goodness.
have my to-do list.
I need to hop on now. I just checked the date here on my computer. I'm like, okay, it's 6/6. My like recurring order always goes out on like the 15th. So I'm like, okay, I have a week to get in there and update, because we talked about Valor at the beginning, and now we have this whole list of things that I feel like I need to get. So
Well, there's a
share and be able to have like a whole night of making things.
that would be great.
There's
a
a,
collaborative night to make home products.
Well, that's the class that's coming up on the 29th of June. It's a hormone talk and DIY self-care. So, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, shower
awesome.
melts, because who has time to take a bath as a mom? But we still want to have that pampering
Yeah.
aroma in the shower. So
Well,
shower melts.
I was going to say, that's why I bring snacks.
That's awesome.
I just really like taking a shower. Like, I just like the steam, and I'll play a podcast or music, and it's like my quiet time, or I'll turn the lights off, but then I want a snack, so I'll like...
See, that's where I bring my wine into the shower.
See? I'll bring like a popsicle, wine.
In like years.
Wait, you would really bring wine in the shower?
Oh, totally. My husband,
Okay,
he knows. I like go up to the shower. It's me time, and he brings up a glass of wine for me, and I'm like,
nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
I always used to
what I
like in
do.
college like a nice cold beer in the shower because the shower is hot and like a nice beer is.
Well, that's why I liked a popsicle. I'm glad that I'm not the only one who does
I would
this.
take a shower, like a hot shower, over a bath.
Yeah.
Every day, I think.
I love it.
I just feel like when you guys talk about this, I'm like, I need to do that.
Yeah.
But I swear the only time I shower, it's because I like showering in the morning. And if my kids, like, as soon as I turn that shower on, it's like they hear. And they're like, I'm awake and I'm going to do terrible things now.
No, I do like it in the evening.
I freak out. Like, if I'm taking a shower in the morning and no one's with them, I'm like halfway done, and then I yell out, "Are you guys okay down there? Like, are they choking on their food, or
Yeah.
I know
that kind of thing?" So I freak out. So I can relax.
It's not a calming time.
Yeah.
I remember even
Evenings
soon
are
after
better.
Nora was born, I remember this very distinctly. I even put like a flashlight in the bathroom for the light because I wanted all the bright lights off. And it was just like the most relaxing moment because I was very postpartum, like, and it was just the most relaxing shower. And I just sat in there for like ever.
Oh,
and
that's
just,
so nice.
yeah.
Maybe I should do white lights, like the twinkly lights, or like the.
You should.
Ooh.
Well, or I'll put my closet light on and close the door just so it's a little bit of a glimmer, but it's dark and it's just peaceful. Yeah.
These are things I just can't wait to do one day. You know the longest shower I took this week? The longest shower I took this week was because I had to use poison ivy scrub.
Oh, right.
No. I
You
had to.
In a battle with poison ivy.
My daughter has it so bad. Like, I cannot even explain. Like, I've never seen somebody with poison ivy so bad. Because we were at my parents' house. My parents, like your lifestyle, my parents are not quite there with the garden and things, but my dad is very hands-on and they have a few acres. So, like, I grew up being able to, be outdoors and get dirty. And I love that. And I like that when we go there, my kids can do that. But my daughter fell into, like, a poison ivy patch. And so she has it everywhere, like all over her legs and especially on the back of her legs.
Bad.
Because she literally just fell and, like, sat there until somebody could help her up because we were like, don't move.
Oh, poor thing.
Like, she was kind of on like a rock. So anyway, just from lifting her out, I didn't touch the poison directly, but just from lifting her out, I have it on my back. It goes like down my back onto like the top of my butt, like right where like the waistband is of my pants. It's really irritating.
That's why you need a bodysuit.
Basically. And so
How are you guys feeling?
Well, I was going to say, we're feeling a little bit better. Like, I actually did take her to the doctor because I thought she might need a steroid. And since it's all pretty much on her below the waist, they just said to stick to hydrocortisone cream and, like, the topical itch creams and things like that. We have found, I feel like I'm a wealth of knowledge when it comes to poison ivy. Because of this. We have found that it's called Ivarest. And it works the best for itching. It's like a hopped up calamine. It's
Ivarest, it's the best.
Oh my gosh, look at that. We should do a little jingle. Want to sponsor the podcast?
Right?
But it works really well. It's like better with the itching than just regular calamine. And then the doctor recommended this special wash that you put on your hands and, well, once you're kind of in the tub or something, but before you're totally wet, you have to like rub it on your hands for so many, like 10 seconds to like activate the chemicals or something. And then you scrub it all over wherever you have the poison. And so that's what I was doing in the shower the other day. I was like, I need a good 15, 20 minutes because this is a serious situation. And that has helped. It helps to dry it out. And that really helped with the itching.
Good.
So finally, we're getting a little better.
Some relief.
Yep.
Moral of the story is you need a nice, quiet shower to yourself to enjoy it and not be trying to get rid of poison ivy.
I probably should start just showering in the evening, though, because that could solve my issue of, like, not worrying about my kids. It's just that then I feel like in the morning I still need a shower. I don't know, because it's just...
Well, it's different purposes.
It's just routine.
Then. So we can, with Sarah's help, make some bath or shower.
Shower melts.
But then shower in the morning to get your day started.
That's a good idea.
Freshen up.
Yeah.
So Sarah, you mentioned that you had a class on the 29th, which is this hormonal DIY self-care event. Do you have any more coming up? And where do you have these?
Yeah. So this is our folk school. So once a month classes. sometimes twice a month, depending on the month. And they're in our renovated garage. So
Nice.
Our motto is grow where you're planted, right? Just because, and I have a little bracelet. That reminds me of that because our goal is to renovate our barn. It's been our big goal since we moved in. I just saw like canning classes, cooking classes. And my husband said, give me 2 years. Well, it's been 5. So I was like, we have this garage and it's becoming this catch-all space. So last May, we decided we had all the material, everything to start it. And I put the kids to bed and he would start working on the garage. And so it's our folk school room. And that's where I host classes. So July 5th is a sauerkraut class, and then the end of August is a fermented salsa class.
Oh, that's so cool. So, yeah. I'm going to tell my husband about these because I feel like Kyle would be really into these with the whole keto and like he really likes to know like where his meat comes from and stuff like that. So,
do you find people coming in with a lot of knowledge of these topics or a lot of people more novice newbies?
It's a good question.
Yeah, it depends on the class. Like I had a backyard chicken class that my husband and I both taught. We taught it together and that was fun. And I did have a lot of people that came that knew quite a bit for that class.
I feel like a lot of people around here have chickens.
Yeah.
Seems common.
Yes.
Yeah.
My second graders took the chickens home that we hatched.
Oh, yeah.
And I was surprised at how many of them like, oh, yeah, we know how to do that. We got a chicken coop. We have space for them. Like, oh, my
man.
Go for it.
See, I would love to do that, but I don't know that I'm allowed in my neighborhood.
See, I say do it until you get in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not giving legal advice, but this mom said she just checked with the township, I guess, and they said she was allowed to. So,
well, Manheim Township, I feel like I need to get permits for everything. We need to get a permit just to take down an old shed and put up a new shed. Yeah. Like, we're just putting a new one right where the other one was. We're not making any more, like, what is the word, like, impervious ground or whatever. We're like...
I see chicken coops, like, when I go through Lidditz. Like, in the town of Lidditz, there's this one. Yeah, there's a little chicken coop.
All right, I need to get on this then.
Just check.
Yeah.
So, in your next chicken class, you'll
totally
get
What about
chickens.
ponies?
Oh, ponies. We had a pony. I would not recommend a pony.
Why would
my daughter's heart is broken.
Oh, no. Just get horses. No.
Okay.
Yeah, he ripped up the pasture and and just wasn't very nice. They're
So what
nippy
happened to
and-
the pony?
So are
We
ponies
gave him
and
to a
horses
friend.
totally different?
Okay.
I thought it was just a size thing.
Their temperament's a little bit different.
Okay.
And my husband would totally know this a lot better. He, is the horse guy. So
Okay.
I thought a pony was just a little horse.
That's
it is,
what
but
I'm
they
saying.
have sass. Like they.
Well, kind of like
But is
little
that
dogs.
like a 3-year-old
Little
and an
ankle
adult?
biters.
Like,
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, but
Sorry to anyone that has a little dog. My husband and I refer to them sometimes as ankle biters. Just because
like on
they're
your
big
run.
dog people.
Yeah.
when you go for a run, little ankle biting.
Yeah, it's the little one that
dogs.
comes out after
wow.
you.
Yeah.
They've got sass.
But yeah, when they come to like some of the other ones, no, they come to learn. They don't really. A lot of people are scared to do it on their own. Like my husband and I learned on YouTube and just through tutorials.
Okay.
But the reason we wanted to do this and teach is because we wanted community and we wanted to be able to learn alongside of other people. And just it's fun to do this together with friends. And, so I think people they make it like a fun evening out. They'll get a girlfriend and they'll come to a class. So
That's cool. So they're in your garage, and where are you located for anyone that's listening and is local to the Lancaster area?
we're in Lidditz, outside of Lidditz, north side of Lidditz in Brickerville.
Cool.
And how can people find you on social media if they're interested in learning about your classes or just following you? Because obviously you have really fun posts that you do about all the things that you
Yes.
teach.
Honestly, I'm always intrigued.
Yes. How can people find you?
So I'm on Instagram at Wellfolk Revival and on Facebook. My Facebook page is Wellfolk Revival. And then obviously my website is wellfolkrevival.com.
Can you spell wealth? Is it?
Oh, yeah. Well, W-E-L-L, folk, F-O-L-K, and then revival.
Perfect. Because on my notes, I only had one L. So I want to make sure everyone listening gets that correct.
She thought it was
Well,
one word.
I struggled with spelling today on my notes here.
It's your last day of school. It's okay.
And it's my life. I'm not a good speller.
Neither
really?
am I. No.
Yes, but sometimes
That's
I feel
okay.
like I have to speak truth into it and say I am a good speller. Because if I just say I'm not, I'm not going to get any better. But
I was just thinking that's ironic because my sister, who's a kindergarten teacher, is also a terrible speller. So maybe it's just like an elementary school teacher thing.
I teach life skills. Like, let's get the dictionary out. I don't know how to spell that. We'll learn together. So
perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I always feel like whether it's through your social media or I'm so glad I got to talk to you in person that I just feel like you have so much to share and I always learn a lot.
Thank you so much, ladies. It was fun hanging out with you tonight.
Thank you.
And being together, because I know we see each other on social media, but when we're actually together, it's way more fun. So
it is.
Yeah.
And Thrivers, be sure to find Sarah on her social media because she is someone you're definitely going to want to get to know and learn from. I already feel inspired to make healthy choices. So I'm excited.
Great. Yeah. And be sure to tune in next week because Christine's going on vacay. So it'll be just me and I might have a special surprise for you guys. So have an awesome week.
And in case no one told you yet today, ladies, you are doing amazing. Thank you so much for listening today. You are a part of a growing community of women, moms, and business owners who are here to encourage and inspire. You can connect with Rachel on Instagram at Rachel Klein Creative or like her Facebook business page for web design and marketing tips.
Keep up with Christine and all her latest events at Christine Campbell Events on Instagram. Another way to get involved and be first to hear about upcoming podcast guests and giveaways is to join our email list. You can sign up at rachelkleincreative.com/thethrivepodcast. And if you've enjoyed listening, be sure to write us a review on iTunes so that we can continue encouraging moms and businesswomen each week.